kenapa sih ini kayaknya gak tahu mau hidup jalan apa.
Jadi
dari situ gue kayak, you know what, I think I have to work, kayak gue I have to show my portfolio to know where I am. Dan dari situ juga that's how TFR's initiative is made, TFR's mission is made, especially for creative students, creative professionals like me gitu.
Hello and welcome to Expert Talk with Asus Business Be The Experts barengan sama gue Narendra Pawaka. Ini adalah program kolaborasi antara CNBC Indonesia dan juga Asus Business. Di sini gue bakal ngobrol sama para expert yang pastinya sangat menginspirasi. So, have a sit back and let's listen up. Kesuksesan merupakan impian semua orang. Namun mencapai sebuah kesuksesan, terlebih di usia yang masih muda, bukanlah hal yang mudah. Tentu saja diperlukan sebuah perjuangan, pengorbanan, serta ketekunan yang kuat. Nah, hal itu telah dibuktikan langsung oleh narasumber kita hari ini. Perjalanan karirnya yang mengagumkan ini bisa dijadikan inspirasi dan motivasi untuk kita semua. Well, pengen tahu gimana caranya karirnya itu berjalan sampai sekarang, dari seorang influencer hingga menjadi seorang co-founder dari TFR. Langsung aja kita sapa, this is Mandy CJ, untuk ngobrol dengan tema From Influencer to be Co-Founder. Hi Mandy CJ.
Hai. Salam kenal.
Salam kenal, nama aku Eda Mandy. Gue udah mendengarkan beberapa konten lo gitu ya, memperhatikan. Ada 3 keywords sih yang gue tangkap dari seorang Mandy CJ. And that will be seorang seniman, lo suka melukis,
Yes.
terus you're a runner, pelari ya.
Pelari, yes.
Dan dari tadi kita off-air talks, ternyata lo adalah Aries.
Gue ada Aries,
Iya.
betul.
Itu adalah 3 keyword yang gue tangkap dari gue, dari perspektif gue.
Yes.
Tapi from you personally, Mandy CJ, kalau lo bisa describe yourself as a person in 3 keywords, what are you, Mandy CJ?
That's a tough question.
It is, because it is a personal question,
Yeah.
not based on people's persona about you.
Okay, this is not in the question list.
Yeah,
alright?
no, this is not. This is my personal question.
Okay, apa ya? I think kayaknya gue kreatif, gue ambisius, dan gue masih mencari jati diri.
Oke. Kreatif, ambisius, masih mencari jati diri.
Young.
Wow.
You know, you have banyak banget opsi-opsi lo, banyak banget pilihan lo, mau jadi apa, mau bagaimana, what you wanna be in 5-10 years. Nggak mungkin I'm glad that gue nggak banyak tanggungan, in a sense that I have that creative freedom to explore everything that I want.
Yeah.
That's my privilege, dan it's a double-edged sword juga, soalnya it makes me gue mau jadi ini atau gue mau jadi itu, and that's the problem yang gue lihat di antara banyak Gen Z, is that we have so much easy access to so many things that we want to be everything as fast and at once, gitu sih. So emang itu adalah the poison of Gen Z.
The poison of Gen Z. Yes.
Yeah.
As a co-founder in TFR,
Yes.
now saat ini kita ngobrol. Sebenarnya dari dalam diri lo tuh, selain menjadi co-founder TFR, lo tuh pengen jadi apa sih?
Kenapa gue build TFR is gue cuma ingin membantu pekerja-pekerja kreatif aja, apalagi untuk anak-anak yang SMP atau SMA yang dari dulu dikucilkan karena mereka tidak masuk ke dalam the traditional education system, like me. Jadi dari situ, I think my ambition to build TFR stems from that. So, I don't know, kayak apa ya? I hope I can be a good person.
Yes.
Like consistently a good, nice, kind person.
Consistently good person.
Semoga gue masuk surga.
Amin.
Amin.
Amin. Oke. Sejak usia berapa sih Mandy CJ itu berkarir, dan penghasilan pertama lo itu di usia berapa? If you can do a throwback.
Oke. Penghasilan pertama gue itu umur 14
tahun.
14 tahun. Ya.
Itu lo melakukan apa saat itu?
Ngelukis.
Oke.
Ya, gue ngelukis. Pas itu kayaknya gue ngelukis, I think Stormtrooper. Kayak Star Wars. I'm not a Star Wars fan, by the way. But pas itu I just saw like there's, gue lihat kalau banyak banget like avid Star Wars lovers. I don't know. Gue nggak tahu ada the fandom.
The fandom of Star Wars.
Star Wars. Gue nggak tahu namanya apa. But I've always just seen that, gila, yang suka Star Wars bener-bener gila banget ya. I'm just monetize that and make something. Jujur banget,
Wow.
ya. Jadi dari situ gue iseng-iseng gambar, dan pas itu my school friend punya om yang beli my first painting. Terus the second one itu an influencer. I hope I can say the name.
Sure.
Titan Tira.
Okay.
Yeah, she's the first influencer yang gue benar-benar look up to dari dulu yang gue lihat, dan dia kebetulan beli karya gue.
Okay.
And that propelled my career dari situ.
Wow.
Ya dari situ gue dapat confidence gitu sih.
Oke, berarti lukisan pertama kan Stormtrooper.
Stormtrooper.
Dibeli sama teman om lo.
Teman om lo.
Harganya berapa?
Pas itu mah kayak 3 juta, 4 juta.
3 juta, 4 juta.
Ya, tapi buat 14 tahun gue kayak wow, you know. Iya.
Nah, memutuskan untuk bekerja di usia muda itu kapan dan kenapa?
Oke, jadi gue ceritain sedikit a little bit of my backstory.
Iya, karena kan masih kelahiran 2001.
Iya.
Sekarang tuh masih muda, Mandy.
Enggak, pre-karir ya. Pre-karir.
Go.
Kayak I was born 2001.
Yeah.
Gue masuk ke sekolah Singapura yang selalu mendikte kalau misalnya academic intelligence, kalau misalnya lu pinter dalam IPA, matematika segala, you're gonna have a good life. And dan semua teman-teman gue tuh punya mimpi dan ambisi yang sangat besar untuk masuk ke Ivy League schools di luar. Dan gue selalu mikir kayak because everyone was asking kayak what uni do you want to go to? Yeah. Gue selalu kayak mikir-mikir, gue kayak do I even want to go to art school? Do I even want to go to art university? Do I even want to kayak can I even imagine myself as like a Harvard student? Kayak gue ngayal aja ya, nggak mungkin gue juga gue keterima like a Brown student. And dari dulu gue kayak I tried to like picture myself and the image just never shows up gitu. Tapi dari dulu gue udah tahu kalau misalnya gue mau kerja di industri kreatif. That's where I'm happy.
Itu umur?
I think sejak gue 14 tahun.
14 tahun ya?
Yeah, I think even before then kayak gue dari dulu benci banget sekolah. Gue inget banget gue disuruh pergi ke Kumon, terus gue bisa nangis-nangis kayak I don't wanna go. But yeah, I still have to go.
Kumon.
Iya, Kumon.
Iya, gue juga Kumon soalnya.
Kumon ya kan. Terus I just love drawing. I love expressing my feelings. I love creating. Kayak gak cuma lukisan, but even arts and crafts gitu-gitu. Jadi gue selalu tahu kalau misalnya my heart is in there. But karena dari my society, mereka nggak pernah memvalidasikan mimpi itu, or like I've never shown that I'm worth to be there. Jadi ya I sort of kind of like merasa sesat gitu loh. Kayak I'm stupid at the time. Kayak I'm academically dumb. People think I'm dumb. I'm worthless, and I was really really depressed as a kid. Soalnya gue merasa I had no purpose. Ya kan. So my escape at the time itu menjual karya dan bekerja. Ya kan, untuk menjual karya.
14 tahun tuh ya?
14 tahun sampai sekarang sih.
Sampai sekarang.
Iya. Dan dari situ ya it just propelled from there. Gue kayak I don't see myself as an properly academically inclined person. I've always liked learning, but learning soft skills. Not really kayak formula atau calculations. Calculations I do like to learn, but in a different way, in a different manner. Dan gue merasa kayak I'm just a very action-based learner, which the academic system at the time didn't provide me for that. So yeah, I've always hated school. I've always hated the institution. I've always hated that I've always felt powerless within that institution. So gue merasa, you know what, I don't want to do this. I just want to go my own way. Dan I think dari teman-teman gue yang not drop out but nggak melanjut sekolah cuman gue. And for a time they like, kenapa sih Mindy kayaknya nggak tahu mau hidup jalan apa. Jadi dari situ gue kayak, you know what, I think I have to work. Kayak gue I have to show my portfolio to know where I am. Dan dari situ juga that's how TFR's initiative is made. TFR's mission is made. Especially for creative students, creative professionals like me gitu.
Itu ngomongnya ke orang tua saat itu apa, men?
kayaknya orang tua gue pasti I'm very very blessed, kayak gue dapat orang tua yang sangat pengertian.
Oke.
Dan mereka juga lumayan open minded in terms kayak dari dulu gue selalu nangis kalau disuruh ke Kumon atau ke sekolah. Jadi kayaknya mereka udah kayak ya udahlah, I think anaknya kreatif, dan gue juga udah berpenghasilan kan at that time at such a young age. Jadi mereka ya udah, I'll give you a chance. Tapi mereka bilang sih kayak 2 years ago, ya udah kalau 2 tahun lagi kayak belum ketemu, ya udah ke kuliah aja. I still have that safety net that I understand a lot of people don't have that privilege. But gue merasa kayak no, I don't want to lose my soul. So gue harus bener-bener kayak fokusin di sini gitu.
Oke. Jadi at this point we're talking 100% karir nih.
Yes.
Oke.
100%.
100% ya.
Yes.
Now tell me about TFR. Itu udah berapa tahun? Berapa orang yang kerja di situ? And how do you build the it's a media, right?
It's a media.
It's a media. How do you build that media, TFR?
Okay. So TFR is initiated by actually my partner Christine.
Christine,
yes,
hi Christine.
Dia adalah lecturer D3 DKV gue dulu. So I actually went to D3, but then I stopped from there. Seharusnya pathway lanjut, but I don't want to go.
Okay.
Pas itu, I think I did something right in my final project or something. Jadinya
What did you do?
I made a sex education children's book yang gue ilustrasikan dan gue lihat sendiri.
Wow. Okay.
But then it didn't, kayak gue nggak merasa melanjutin itu. But then at that time si Christine as a dosen dia mau membuka brand, dan dia pas lagi searching tentang the market, tentang the industry market of the brand itself, nggak ketemu apa-apa, cuman ketemu sources dari luar. And kalau misalnya kita lihat medias di Indonesia, a lot of them are just lifestyle media yang kayak, apalagi kalau membahas industri kreatif, it's all about parties, celebrity, gossip. Ya kan. Jadi how do aspiring creative students like me atau professionals like Christine be able to learn kalau misalnya kita nggak ada the pathway there gitu. So I think that's how it was initiated. At first kita cuman ya udah kayak artikelnya sekali sebulan, terus tiba-tiba jadi 2 kali seminggu, and then it started in 2018. But we've only started full time this year, February.
Oh, wow.
And now we have a team of wonderful 15 creatives.
15 creatives. Termasuk Christine, your partner.
Yes, termasuk
Yang
Christine and
dosen.
me. Yes, dari dosen.
Selama 4 tahun ini, as a co-founder TFR, what did you learn about yourself? Karena pasti ada turning point kan, di mana, gue co-founder nih. What I have to do every morning that I wake up? Pikiran nggak? What did you learn about yourself?
What did I learn about myself?
Yeah, what did you learn about yourself?
That
selama 4 tahun.
Gue tuh nggak pinter.
In what way?
Yeah. Kayak, you know, when I look at the team, I don't want to be smarter than them.
And why is that?
I want to, yeah, I want to learn from them gitu loh. I want us to learn from each other. Gue gak mau menjadi the smartest person in the room yang mendoktrin dan mendominasi the team. Especially that my media is based on creative community. Dan kalau misalnya we dictate it through kayak dictatorship, it's not going anywhere gitu loh. I mean, different people have different minds, different teams have different minds from different backgrounds. And dari situ like, I don't know anything about anything, you know. And that's how I learn gitu. That's how we learn.
Okay. That is actually a quite eccentric thinking.
Yeah.
Seru. Now, let's talk about sacrifices. Since you're a young age, pengorbanan apa sih yang akhirnya harus dikorbankan, Mandy, sebagai co-founder TFR, lo full time, mewakili, menggawangi semua SDM lo, berpartner sama Christine. Apa pengorbanan yang terbuang akhirnya dari masa muda lo, dari keluarga gitu kan, teman-teman?
Definitely my youth.
Okay.
Menurut gue, I mean it's a blessing and a curse at the same time. Menurut gue kayak, of course I love the thing that I'm doing. I love it with my own heart. I think it's my being. But sometimes gue kayak menghayal-hayal kayak, oh my god, kalau misalnya gue take the route untuk ke kuliah
Iya,
di luar negeri gitu,
The other way nih.
pasti gue kayak ada kesempatan to like be a kid, to be 19 to 21 and kayak be reckless dan mabok-mabokan, terus kayak pulang jam 4 pagi tiap hari, terus belajar dan gak terlalu mikirin kayak tanggungan-tanggungan yang gue ada sekarang. So itu sih pengorbanan gue, kayak that personal experiences yang gue mungkin udah telat kalau misalnya gue mau cemplung lagi gitu sih.
Jadi you have chosen this path.
Yeah, I've chosen this path. Kayak it's unique, soalnya gue kayak masih banyak banget teman-teman gue yang they still party and they have this like very carefree lifestyle that I'm jealous of. Yang gue kayak, oh my god, I want that life. But then and another part of me is like, a lot of my other friends are like married, dan udah tanggungan dan udah ada anak gitu loh, and they have husbands to take care of, and udah KPR rumah segala lah. And I'm in the middle, kayak ya udah bisa kemana aja, you know.
Nah, ini menuju on the way to 30. Ya, masih jauh sih sebenarnya. Let's say 25. What are your goals, Mandy CJ? Let's not talk about professionally. Personally.
Oh, personally?
Kalau professionally ya pasti ada TFR, pengen dikembangkan apa gitu kan. Personally,
I want to have ikigai, a balance dengan my life, my personal relationships, sama my work. Soalnya sekarang, but of course it's like, ya udah emang startup gini, kayak you wake up and then lu lembur sampai jam 3 to work, then you go to sleep, then you wake up again and work. But I know that at the end of the day, kalau misalnya gue terusin ini, I know that it's not sustainable, and the quality of your company is the quality of your team. And you have to remember that you as founders is also part of the team that leads the company. So I think, gue semoga by 25 that I can reach that balance for myself and my partner, to be able to have a quality of life yang we can work, we can create impact to the community. Kayak gimana dong, kayak TFR aja membahasin hustle culture, tapi gue sama Christine sendiri masih hustle culture gitu loh. So to have that balance lah, that balance in life. I think that's super important. Dan itu kayak makes you have so many innovations and ideas kan. Just having that time to be creative. Gitu sih.
Interesting. Now,
personally.
Thank you for sharing that. Kalau gue kasih 3 kotak nih, as you said tadi, karir, love, and then life. Life being said, keluarga, teman-teman gitu. Secara persentase itu berapa dan berapa, Mandy CJ? Work berapa? Life berapa? Sekarang.
Oh,
love
man.
berapa? 21 tahun nih. Gue pengen tahu nih.
Aduh.
See? Gue suka nih pertanyaan-pertanyaan yang bikin lo mikir.
Work gue jujur kayaknya 70%.
Work 70%. Okay.
So life 20%.
Life 20%.
Love 10%. I'm sorry.
Well, harus go for it, man. 21 ya udah work 70% ya berarti ya.
70%.
Now, at this point, Mandy, are you happy ngejalanin?
Okay. Gue kemarin lagi duduk di mobil gitu, lagi macet kan. Terus I was like just sitting there thinking kayak, damn, this is the first time, the past 2 years have been very, very rocky for me. Kayak banyak banget kayak gue, the past 2 years I've been building this company kan, kayak full time in a way, kayak lebih fokus. And there's a lot of failures. Banyak banget failures. People telling me that I'm gonna fail. I go to investor meetings or team meetings and people kayak doubting us as women and our vision and mission. But apa ya? Even though we've gone through so many rejections and is still going through so many rejections, I've never felt more fulfilled in my life. Karena gue merasa I'm taking control over my life. I'm building something that I know that I have a purpose of. And even though kayak gue rejections, it's just ya udah gue gampar sekali, I'll get up again dan gue belajar dari situ. So yeah, even though kayak gue merasa kayak I'm very, of course, I'm hustling so hard, I'm burned out, but I'm a happy burnout.
Happy
I'm
burnout.
a happy burnout, and I'm really glad kayak this is the phase of my life right now as a 21-year-old gitu sih.
Yeah. You got that happy smiley face Mandy CJ. Kayak orang ketemu lo tuh langsung kayak shiny and bubbly aja gitu. Tips sukses ala lo apa? Tips sukses ala Mandy CJ.
Konsistensi udah that's it, nggak ada tips lain, it's just konsistensi kayak in everything in life, everything kayak gue ini padahal this success tips aja gue baru belajar sendiri or like implement it gara-gara gue suka lari. Yeah, it's like ya udah, if you get up every day and you make it a habit, a system in your life, then you create a building block that lama-lama akan membuat a big portfolio. Dan menurut gue that's just it with career juga.
Your milestone in running itu berapa K?
Oh, gue gue masih kecil, gue kayak baru start running this year juga.
Okay.
Kayak palingan 15K.
That's good.
Yang terpanjang. But then I want to do a full marathon. Dan I don't want to do it. Gue kayak nggak mau. Kayak I think my value in life sekarang kayak gak mau cepet-cepet. Just slow and steady. We get there and I'm still happy at the end of the day. Gitu aja sih.
When you run gitu, what comes out in your mind?
Sebenarnya kayak running buat gue tuh cuman kayak tempat bengong aja.
Okay.
It's just sesi bengong aja, kayak I can think about absolute nothing.
Yes.
I can think about work, biasanya kerjaan sih kayak problem solvingnya lebih enak kalau lari and you're sweating and you're healthy, right? Terus palingan ya pacar gak sih?
That 10% in your
That
life.
10%, yeah.
10%
Okay.
in your life.
Damn, am I doing enough?
Seru banget ngobrol sama lo Mandy di umur 21 tahun. I'm looking forward to catch you up on the next years to come.
Thank you.
21, 25, 30. Okay. Now, saatnya masuk ke segmen Cuan Experts bertanya, expert menjawab.
Okay.
The first one dari Cuan Expert adalah dari Baka Niki. Apa sih yang membuat Mandy memutuskan untuk menjadi co-founder? Terus challenge-nya di awal karir itu apa?
Okay. Apa sih yang membuat Mbak memutuskan jadi co-founder? I don't think, kayaknya gue nggak memutuskan deh. I think it just kayak menurut gue it comes very naturally to me. Sebenarnya kalau misalnya gue karyawan pun di perusahaan gue and it's like by another Mandy, I think I'll be happy. Soalnya gue I really believe in the mission, and it really resonates with me as a founder. Jadi it's just a natural progression aja gitu menurut gue.
Nice to know. It comes organically.
Sama kesulitannya di awal karir. Kesulitan di awal karir pastinya, especially for young entrepreneurs, is kayak not being naive or not mixing your emotions or your mood in the way you run your business. I think that's not something that gue struggle with now, tapi awal-awalnya ya emang kayak gitu. Soalnya ya when you're young, ego lu tinggi, ya kan? Idealisme lu lebih tinggi, dan you have to sit back and gather the data and talk to different people from different perspectives. Kayak dulu awal-awal tuh TFR is full English. Dan mungkin buat gue dan market kecil yang kayak gue gitu, we would understand it, and we would understand it much better kalau misalnya semua business news is English, because that's my native tongue. But it's not for everyone gitu loh. Kayak it's much bigger market kalau misalnya we make it bilingual. Dan dari situ pun kayak kita menyadari ada kesalahan di sini, we tweak it. So not being so ego filled enough to listen to others' critiques of your product. That's the one thing di awal-awal karir sih.
Thank you, Miss Co-founder TFR. Next will be the rapid fire question. Mandy CJ, painting or fashion?
Painting. This is my painting.
Yeah, that is
this
your painting.
My painting
We're
in a fashion.
What is this called? This painting?
Ini
Ada
2020.
2020.
So ini adalah kayak lukisan yang gue bikin pas awal pandemi gitu.
Oke.
Dan kayak pas itu kan the nature was like blooming,
Iya.
the sky was blue. Itu
Asli.
pertama kali gue lihat Jakarta
Asli.
langitnya biru.
Iya.
Dan dari situ gue kayak bikin this piece, nggak kelihatan dia sih di sini, but then it was just kayak symbolizing gimana
That's good though.
nature sort of like made COVID so like they can heal.
Itu tulisannya apa sih, Mak? Ada.
Terus ini kayak Indoctrination of a Nation. It's like a lyric dari System of a Down. It's my favorite band.
What?
Jadi ya dari situ gue kayak masukin di sini. I think it really resonated at the time.
System of a Down,
Iya.
band favorit loh.
Iya.
Toxicity. Wow.
Toxicity.
Kok bisa tahu dari mana? Dikenalin siapa? Tepat. Lo tuh berapa bersaudara sih?
Apa?
Lo berapa bersaudara?
Gue ada 2 koko.
2 koko.
Kakak cowok. Ya.
Koko lo yang kenalin dong berarti?
Enggak. I had a pas gue jadi misfit sekolah.
Oke.
Ya lu tau lah, gue kan ada fase-fase emo-nya gitu kan.
Ternyata sistem.
Gue kayak I hate school, I hate this system. Terus ya udah gue jadi emo. Then I had an emo boyfriend yang dulu ngeband. Ya gitulah.
Oke. Sekarang masih atau?
Enggak.
Yeah.
It's just it was a phase.
It was a phase. Oke.
Sebuah fase. Tapi musiknya ya nempel di gue sampai
Nempel,
sekarang gitu.
Menarik. Love or money, Mandy CJ?
What about I love money? Love.
Love ya. Interesting. Oke. Idealis atau naif?
Idealis. Karena dengan idealis lu kadang bisa membuat a great product. Kalau naif adanya lu dibohongin.
Based on experience itu. Jadi freelance atau kerja kantoran?
Freelance yang sistematik.
And how is that?
Freelance yang rajin. Ya.
Freelance yang rajin. Ya.
Freelance yang rajin. Ya, lu ada creative freedom, lu bisa ngambil project-project yang lu mau. Dan lu juga you have better network menurut gue ya. Kayak kerja kantoran mungkin agak lebih terkecili, but ini kayak in terms of creative industry ya.
Yeah.
I like freelance. Ya biasanya kan freelance terus tiba-tiba bikin agency sendiri. Ya enggak?
Iya, akhirnya jadi ngantor juga.
Akhirnya jadi agency terus ngantor, ya udah.
Iya, freelance yang sistematik. Oke. Lastly, bekerja atau hangout?
Aduh, for now masih bekerja, tapi down the line I wanna hang out. Kayak I wanna be 70 kayak and chilling with my friends.
Sebelum cabut dari Expert Talks, mau ngomong apa ke cuan experts buat yang masih mencari passionnya setelah Mandy CJ?
Stay passionate, stay young, stay a little bit idealistic, but always stay disciplined and consistent in your career, and never ever forget the main purpose when you build your company, gitu. Because your purpose is what's gonna drive your product, your community, your buyers, your followers, semuanya. So it has to stay the same. You have to make everything based on that one purpose that you find. Gitu.
Well said. Main purpose. Thank you so much, Mandy CJ, for the talks.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Gue Narendra Pawaka pamit undur diri, and this is Expert Talk with Asus Business. Be the expert. Bye.
Bye.
See ya. Dunia edukasi semakin dekat dengan dunia digital. Untuk mempermudah para pelajar dan juga pekerja, Asus menghadirkan ExpertBook B3000. Asus ExpertBook B3000 merupakan laptop berbasis Windows 11 yang dirancang portable dan fleksibel. Asus ExpertBook B3000 merupakan laptop pertama di Indonesia yang ditenagai oleh prosesor Qualcomm Snapdragon 7C Gen 2. Prosesor ini diklaim cocok untuk aktivitas pelajar sehari-hari, berkat efisiensi baterai yang punya daya tahan hingga 21 jam. Asus ExpertBook B3000 dilengkapi RAM 8GB dan memori berkapasitas 128GB. Laptop ini bisa digunakan dengan tampilan vertikal maupun horizontal. Asus ExpertBook B3000 telah dilengkapi dengan stylus pen yang dapat disimpan langsung di kompartemen khusus yang terintegrasi di bodi laptop ini. Asus ExpertBook B3000 juga merupakan sebuah laptop detachable, yaitu keyboard fisiknya dapat dipisah sehingga laptop ini bisa digunakan dalam mode tablet dan menggunakan layar sentuh. Asus ExpertBook B3000 juga dapat melindungi kesehatan mata pengguna dari radiasi cahaya biru laptop. ExpertBook B3000 juga dibekali dengan dua kamera. Kamera depan memiliki resolusi 5 megapiksel, sementara kamera belakangnya menggunakan sensor beresolusi 13 megapiksel. Asus ExpertBook B3000 juga dibekali lapisan antibakteri khusus yang mampu menahan pertumbuhan bakteri hingga 99% dalam kurun waktu 24 jam. Para pebisnis juga bisa menggunakan AI Noise Cancelling Audio yang meredam suara berisik di sekitar sehingga bisa nyaman meeting online di mana saja. Di pembelian paket Asus ExpertBook B3000 ini juga sudah dilengkapi dengan cover stand yang didesain khusus. Dengan laptop Asus ExpertBook B3000 ini, memungkinkan Anda untuk bekerja dan juga belajar kapan saja dan di mana saja.
To waste my